What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my guy Mano is here.
Yes.
New Mano.
Back.
New Mano. You know, they said this smoke is supposed to come back in the sky. You saw that, right?
I saw that yesterday. How? Is it still burning over there?
I guess so. It's moving back this way.
Wow.
All right. Dr. Dre and Angie Martinez are going to be getting stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That's major.
Yes.
Shout out to Angie.
So on Monday, the committee comprised of former Walk of Fame honorees announced the new honorees in a press conference from among hundreds of nominations, and then it was ratified. So shout out to them. Yes.
Angie Martinez, that is amazing.
Well deserved. I was just over there looking at the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame when I was out there. So that has to be a great feeling to go over there and see your star on the ground.
Absolutely. So you just walk down aimlessly down Hollywood
They had
Boulevard?
us staying right there.
Where you staying?
At the Lowe's.
At the Lowe's, yeah.
Yeah, when we did BT.
It's mixy over there.
Very mixy. Yeah. Extremely.
That used to be my favorite place to stay.
And then it got extremely mixy. Yeah. But it was fine. It was cool. It was convenient. And, you know, we were outside walking. So imagine that. And then you'd be over there scraping gum off your name and stuff like that. You'd be like, hold up, who spit gum over here?
Like 42nd Street.
But shout out to Angie. All right. And Casanova was sentenced to over 15 years in prison. And that's for racketeering. He was arrested 2 years ago, and now he's gotten his prison sentence. He was facing up to 60 years, by the way. And yesterday he was sentenced to a little more than 15 years.
Yeah, man. Hate to hear that, man.
Yes.
Hate to hear that. Hate to see that for Cass. Well,
he was one of 18 alleged gang members who were indicted in December 2020 on criminal charges of racketeering and narcotics offenses in a connection with his leadership role in the untouchable Guerrilla Stone Nation's blood gang. So he did admit, he told prosecutors, he played a role in a July 2020 Florida shooting and a New York City robbery in 2018 and admitted that he trafficked over 100 kilos of marijuana. You know, the crazy thing is Casanova is a super nice guy.
Super good dude. Shout
really
out to
great
his
energy.
Cass. Shout out to his family, his daughter.
And I know he's going through a lot right now.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, you know, the thing about social media, you see all these stories and you see about people getting time, but you know, when you that person getting time, it's not a game.
Right. It's definitely not. You know, and I understand, you know, for families of people who went through whatever that he confessed to doing. You do things and he admitted to doing things. So unfortunately, now you have to.
Sometimes you take pleas just because the deck is stacked up against you. That doesn't always mean that you absolutely guilty of the crime. You know, it's just unfortunate.
That's a fact.
You know.
But you know what? He was facing up to 60 years, so it definitely could have been a lot worse.
Right.
All right, Quando Rondo was granted a $100,000 bond in his gang indictment case. He was one of 19 people listed in a multiple-page indictment, and the judge did announce that he met the initial requirements for bail, set it at $100,000. And in her court order, she said the court finds it significant that defendant surrendered himself for arrest the day after he learned of the warrant for his arrest. So now he has to maintain his bond and ensure that he'll stay out of prison until his trial. So he'll be required to surrender his passport, have no contact with his co-defendants, won't carry or own a firearm, won't use or possess illegal drugs, waive extradition, and he can't break any laws. And he'll have to appear at all of his court hearings. He was hit with 4 felony charges in a 49-count indictment earlier this month. Woo. Now, listen, I did do this sit-down interview with Quando Rondo in the car. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. He kept calling me ma'am during that. And I had a lot of great conversations with him off camera. And so when things like this happen and you get a chance to sit down with people and really see who they are just out of the public eye, because it's difficult. He was really, really young. And he grew up in foster care, moving around. His own aunt sent him to jail. Here's what some of the things that he had to say in that interview.
Even though I know I ain't living all the way right, nobody perfect, we human. I still pray to God. I'm like, Lord, please, like, just on some out loud screaming jive, like out of body experience type jive, like, Lord, please let me make it home.
All right, well, shout out to Quando Rondo, praying for you. All right, and that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. Mano has not been home.
I was home. Yeah, well.
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah, you was out all night. I was also out all night, involuntarily. We'll talk about it when we come back on About Last Night. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.